And we're live again for another weekly, I don't know what we call it, chat with the Blackthorn community. And as always, I am your host of this live stream, and I am Francis McCaffrey. I am a fifth generation. Wait, some hangers are hanging up here. I'm a fifth generation Blackthorn shillelagh stick maker. I specialize in making authentic Blackthorn walking sticks. I use one piece of wood, meaning that the handle and the shaft of the wood are all the one piece of wood. So I think that is what I'm kind of well known for. And if you're joining this live stream, you're probably one of the 15 people that turn up every week. We do get one or two new faces in here every now and again, but I think many of you are watching this like retrospectively. And actually, I'm thinking about changing the time of this. Trying to maybe make it at a better time to get some interactions. But I might put it out and see what day it is as well. Because sometimes on Friday evening now, I have a few things that I need to kind of get done. Because as I've been saying in a few of the videos there recently, that I am actually quite busy at the moment, which is a great thing to have, because like August and September aren't really the busiest months of the year, and the signs are there at the moment that things are going to be pretty good. We have a regular now commenter on the channel, good customer as well, Mr. Bullion Nair. Very nice for you to be here today. And wet, cold, miserable day in Ireland, and it's pretty cloudy. It's pretty boring here as well. Not too much, but I did get some visitors in today. I got some visitors in from Minnesota. 6 people came in to shop today, and it was interesting to meet them. And we're talking and everything. I asked if they wanted to make a video to go on my YouTube, but they were like, "Nah, we're good, we're good." Because sometimes when people call into the shop, I'll just ask them, if they have someone back home or back, a work colleague or something like that. We can give a shout out or a message. Actually, that reminds me, I must make a video message for a guy's birthday. I nearly forgot. That just actually reminds me. So yeah, so like if anyone wants me to do like a little video message for anyone, I don't mind that. It's just click on the camera. Hello from Ireland. This is me, and who are you, and kind of thing. So yeah, I might kind of offer that kind of service as well, because like I actually don't mind it. It's just see my personality as well. Might hold a stick or something as well. It's nice where I'm at the moment. Very good. I should be there. Claymore, my friend from Scotland, how are things with you as well? Is that a thumbnail? You've got 3 sticks in there. Are they sticks from me? I think they might be. They look kind of a little bit like my style from trying to see from here. The middle one looks as well, and the okay. I don't know. I hope they are 3 of my sticks. I think you would have at least some of those already, and as always, guys, welcome. Thank you for coming here on a Friday. I know you guys have different things you could be watching on YouTube and different things, and thank you for joining. So yeah, so I kind of tell people a little bit about my week, what I was doing. Then I tell people kind of what I'm working on, and then answer some questions. So this week, if you've been watching my shop, I've been posting quite a lot of sticks. As I get busier, I work more. I probably put less YouTube videos and things out as well, and I get more active on trying to make sure that the sticks go out as quick as possible. I think that's the main thing that people are very concerned at the moment. They when they get a stick from me, it's usually in a few days, and I try to my best to get things out pretty fast. Let's see, all good here, and these are of course your sticks. Well, it's all right. You're allowed to buy other people's sticks as well. I don't mind about those things as well. All right, we have a guy called Tyler Sell, and he's the first time catching a live stream. Where are you from, Tyler? You can introduce yourself to me. I think you might know who I am if you're joining the live stream. I am the eccentric stick maker, I suppose, from Killorglin, County Kerry. Killorglin's a fantastic community sometimes, but it's kind of a bit of a quiet town. There's not too many things to do around here. It's a nice place to visit, like for a day or for an afternoon. But for tourism, like there's Dingle, there's Killarney, there's like a lot of places that you can see. But you can always base yourself here and travel around. But it's in the town itself, there's like just a few things to kind of do. Like a day here would probably be enough. Call into my shop as well. And but oh yeah, if people are coming a long way to see me, it would be helpful if you could guys let me know in advance, because like in September now, like at least once a day here, there's people that have started to come to see me, and sometimes they drive quite far. Like they might drive a few hours to see me, and then they might arrive at the shop at the time where I'm collecting the kids from school, or I'm eating, or I'm indisposive. I'm working down in the basement, my work area as well. Okay, so you're from West Virginia, USA is my home. It's quiet here too. We have whitewater rafting as for tourism. Yeah, I'd like. I've watched. It's been a while since I watched some whitewater rafting, and I did a little bit of that. Even though I can't swim, like, but you can put a life jacket on, so you should be okay. I did a little bit of that in Asia, but obviously it'd be a bit more a bit more interesting to do it in the States, because it would be like this fantastic country, and the rivers probably were pretty tame in Asia compared to what you're used to. Zero Fox, a regular of the channel, how are things, my friend? Hope all is well in your world. Mary as well, another regular, like one of the few ladies we have in the channel, which is good to have as well. Hey Francis, loved your tea chat video. Oh, very good, thanks. Getting ready to rain in Wyoming. Like, sometimes I'm in the mood for talking, and like that video where I'm drinking the cup of tea, I'm just kind of like I don't know, I was kind of like looking online, and I see that a load of people were like, saying there it's very hard to buy a Blackthorn and stuff, and then like sometimes that might be true for where they're looking, or they mightn't have found me yet. So I always like to kind of like let people know that like I have plenty of Blackthorn. If like if a bunch of sales come in tonight and I got like 50 sales, like I will work all weekend to make sure they all go out on time on Monday. Like it can take here's like it takes me like 10 to 15 minutes to kind of do one order. So the more orders it can take, sometimes it can be a full day just packing orders. There could be like 8 or 9 hours of just literally packing, printing off the labels, filling out the customs forms, making sure everything's so sometimes it can be it can can be quite busy. But when I get busy, I sleep less. That's it. There's no like to be complaining about you're busy is I don't know, it's insane. I love when I'm busy. I'm smiling. You can see I'm happier in these videos as well. Like the more I have to work and the busier I get, it's like really, really good as well. Uh, you were the top site when I searched for a real Blackthorn shillelagh. Very good. That's good. I know I'm up for a lot of search terms. It just depends, like on the time of year and stuff. Sometimes Google's pulls me up, then sometimes they pull me down a few places, depending on various updates and different things like that. It's all outside of your control. But yeah, like I am a limited company. Like I am in the real deal. As you can see here, look, I have a physical shop. I'm actually in like a retail store. So like like I'm always kind of putting the message out there that I'm real and authentic. It's like very important to me. I like people to know that I use real Blackthorn and that I make it from one piece of wood and different things like that. Like I don't mind like people selling any type of sticks and stuff, but like if you're calling a stick an authentic shillelagh, has to be made from one piece of wood. For me, it's not an authentic shillelagh if it's like pieced together and stuff. Still nice sticks, but like it's just like I like to kind of preserve the Irish heritage and the culture, and I like to see myself as a kind of custodian of the kind of narrative as well. Like if people are saying this is this and this and this, but and then I probably should just focus on stick making anyway. That's probably better for my well-being as well. But yeah, no, I do have a passion for this, and I do have an interest, and I just think it's kind of important as well to kind of like be yourself. And it's great that you're looking for like a real black shillelagh, because like the problem is there's so many fakes out there, and it's really annoying because like some people they'll buy a fake shillelagh in good faith, thinking it's like amazing and a heritage to Ireland and different things. And sometimes it might be from two pieces of wood, sometimes it might be from dogwood, sometimes it might be from something else as well. So like the thing is, it takes a while to get credibility. And year after year of me doing this, year after year of people buying my sticks, year after year of people having my sticks for 4, 5, 10 years, people have had my sticks for quite a long time. Like I had a guy contact me 2 weeks ago, and he bought one of my sticks 10 years ago, and he was showing me the stick as well. So it's very, very good that my name is kind of associated with real Blackthorn and authentic. I'm always kind of putting that out there. I know you guys know it inside out. You've been watching my channel to bits, but like when a new guy comes along, they don't know who I am. So that's why I'm saying, if you guys you see my posts on Facebook, share them. You see if I post YouTube videos, copy and paste, share them. Like share them all over your social media, and like spread the word of who I am and what I'm about. Everyone needs a piece of Irish stick from time to time. You know, owning a piece of Ireland, you can't go wrong with that. It's the ultimate gift for anyone. You know, anyone that this Blackthorn is a really good gift for. Ron, how are things, my man? You always check in. Like you've been very diligent in joining the live stream and checking us out. And I know it's not easy for you as well, because sometimes you're working or on lunch or different things. So that's really good. Let's see. Just Google Blackthorn walking stick, and yes, you're top of the list. Yes. Sometimes I'm hovering in third or fourth position, and sometimes I'm up, because like the thing is, like for the search term, sometimes I'm going against some of the like really older kind of like big craft companies. You know, the companies that are like, you know, doing like loads of different crafts and different things as well. And you know, I know you guys know I make authentic real shillelaghs, and I should be the top, but you know, yeah, I think I am slowly becoming the biggest marketplace as well on Ireland for Blackthorn. Like I have probably the most Blackthorn walking sticks online for sale. I probably have the most Blackthorn shillelaghs online for sale. I have the most combined Blackthorn products online for sale as well. I make lots of one of a kind unique items, so it's not like I'm selling like 1,000 of one type of stick that looks the same as has been factory made and stuff. Like my sticks are rustic. My sticks are bendy, you know, like all these machine ones as well, they're like, you know, perfect and stuff. And sometimes like it's good to have quite a straight stick if it's like a little bit thinner. But like when you get like the bendy sticks, I'm going to do a video on how great they are. Like I haven't done a video in ages about them, because I haven't had nice pieces of bendy wood. But the bendy pieces of wood look great when they're thick pieces. You want a very thick piece, and when it's a bendy stick, when it's thicker, it's like really good and really strong and very well balanced. We have Michael Hart McGough saying, just made it. Coffee is pretty good this morning. Very good. Cleaned out the coffee maker yesterday. Much better. Yeah, there's a huge community around coffee drinkers as well. My wife, she loves drinking coffee and things like that quite a lot, and she all different tastes. She knows this, she knows that. But like for me, they just kind of I don't know. I never. Maybe it's my taste buds or stuff. Whenever I drink a cup of coffee, like I feel like a bit dizzy or something like that, and it just kind of I never really quite enjoyed this as well. I don't mind like the iced coffees, like when I've been traveling and different things like that, but then sometimes like I kind of see people that are very dependent on having a cup of coffee in the morning. And I was always kind of aware, like, imagine if I get like hooked on coffee, where I know it's kind of silly, but I need that to function each day. And then I have to look for coffee each day. Like for me, I do the intermittent fasting. So like I usually don't have breakfast in the morning, and I feel quite energetic in the morning. I'm not hungry. I'm not looking for anything. I can drop the kids to school and get straight into work straight away. Because what I was finding before is like how I got into intermittent fasting was through that. I just needed more time. And I was like, all right, if I don't eat breakfast, don't have to prepare breakfast, don't like eat a load of coffee in the morning and then spend 10-15 minutes in the toilet reading on my phone, you know, the usual type of things. And then I kind of got a system where it kind of be more kind of efficient as well. Those tourist shop ladies are cringe. Yeah, they are. And like sometimes people think they're the real deal, and like, you know, it's sometimes I'll just like let them know, and it kind of like, you know, they can be a little bit upset by knowing the truth. They look so fake. Yeah, but the fakes are getting better now as well. Like, you know, and guys are being a bit more sophisticated. Like they can see guys like me who are selling very well, authentic real Blackthorn, and then they want a piece of the pie. And it's difficult to find a Blackthorn stick long enough to make a walking stick, and also it has a handle on it as well. You know, like you'll find sometimes you feel a nice like thin piece of Blackthorn. You're like, oh, that'll make a good shaft, and maybe you can put. So for me, going out, it's easier to find kind of straighter small pieces of Blackthorn than to find one where it actually has a handle. It takes more time, more effort. um I'm always dreading the cutting season. I know people say, oh, you must love going out and cutting and stuff. Like it's I don't know, I've got the ghost of past injuries like always haunting me each cutting season, because like I'm always worried, like, you know, if I get injured, like that's my shop and banjacks for a while. So it's kind of very important for me to make sure that I stay in good fitness, and you know, stop eating too many biscuits and things like that. I have to have my energy levels good, that I can go out and do these things, because like literally the month of the months of November and December, it's, I'm not kidding, it's like 12, 14, 16 hour days, 7 days a week, as you're just constantly just busy, dealing with questions, doing up orders, dealing with the shipping companies and couriers. Like every time the shipping courier is late by a day, or they miss, one of the centers that they pass it from one center to the other, then the customers are calling me and calling me, where's the stick? And then I have to kind of say, look, don't worry, it's with the courier company, it'll probably just be delayed by a day. So all of these, like, they do keep you busy, but it's my favorite time of year. The run up to Christmas, because, like, the weather's crap in Ireland, there's nothing to do, but I'm really busy at that time. And it really kind of makes the winter time go quickly. Like, if you had kind of nothing to do and you're just like sitting around, and it would kind of be tough to kind of live in Ireland. But like when you're kind of busy, and it was always pretty good. Tell us about your fasting hours. What do you found works best for you? Yeah, just 12 and 6. Um, so usually, like, I go home at about 12, unless, again, if I have orders to do and stuff, I might stay till 2 o'clock and just eat 2 and 4. So, like, usually, I kind of eat at 12 o'clock, and then I eat again at 6. But then, like, with the kids, and some weekends I kind of like lose track of it, or sometimes, like, this week, or this kind of last 2 weeks, I've been kind of like eating a bit badly or something. But I found, like, for me, like, I kind of wake up, get the kids to school, start working on my walking sticks. About 12 or 1, then I kind of need to boost my energy levels. I can kind of feel it. And, then I just kind of like strawberries, omelette is pretty good. Some of these kind of like I like sauerkraut, and, things like that as well. And German sausages as well. I like them, bratwurst and things like that. So, that's like my typical type of thing then. And then, like, like my problem is, like, I have to cook for the kids, and then they always want something that's like not the easiest. And then sometimes I don't want to cook twice a day. So, like, I just want to, like, so I what I do when I'm efficient, and each Christmas time I need to have to run it. Sorry, just knocking things over here. Let me just put that a bit better now. I have to run it like a bit of a military operation. So, like, I have all of these kind of containers and prepared meals and different things. Like, I'll have pineapple fried rice, or different kind of like Korean foods and different things in all little containers for the kids, so they can just heat them up quick and easy. Because, like, I need to, like, really manage my time, like, with military precision, like with the Christmas run. Like, you can't believe, like, in this business, like, if you get like delayed or sidetracked, or into like loads of different tasks. Sorry, I keep knocking this thing over. I have nothing to hold it up against. So we'll see if that works now. 1 second. And let me put this tape measure behind it. There we go. Because I'm keep knocking these things over as well. All right, that's a bit better now. So, yeah, like, as I was saying, like, if you maximize your time into different slots, because if I find, like, if I'm not organized with, like, having all the meals prepared for the kids, then, like, for me, it's a bit of a waste of my time if I have to be there cooking and different things. So sometimes, like, the night before, like at around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, as I'm answering customer service questions, because most of the questions I get about Blackthorn and about my website, they all come into me probably between 10 p.m. Irish time and about maybe 1 a.m., something like that. And I try to make sure I'm available, so that if people have questions around the website, that I can try to answer them as quickly as possible. And yeah, so, like, it's the thing about when you're a small business owner, it's like it's your life. You have to make it part of your life. Your life has to be kind of like around the business as well. You sometimes you can't really get a balance between, like, a family life and work life. And as all men, you have a duty, to take care of your family. And I feel very strongly about a man's duty to, like, provide and to work hard and to try. Like, if your kids don't have, or don't see that kind of work ethic. I think, like, kids, they don't really appreciate when they're young, but then they get older and think back, they go, oh yeah, yeah, worked hard. Like, my dad, for example, I'm always talking about, but my dad was a hard worker. And he, like, I remember in the 80s, and it was very, very tough times in Ireland in the 1980s. There was no work, way worse than people are thinking of now. Like, and my dad was going out, he was trying to get some work, he was all the time trying to work, trying to think different things, trying his accordion box making business when he's trying to make accordion boxes. I remember that. And then he had kitchen units he was trying to do as well, and it wasn't easy in Ireland, because the 80s was quite tough. So, like, as I was a young guy, I saw how hard my dad was working and different things like that, and I kind of like appreciated. I kind of, as I got older, I was like, yeah, like there's like a cycle of things with being a man that, as a kid and a teenager, you don't know, you don't care, but the minute you kind of become a family man and have a family, and then you start to think back at your dad in similar situations, then you're like, oh, now I understand. Now I understand why my dad used to go off into his shed because we were like screaming and fighting, me and my brother fighting. Me and my brother used as I did, like all brothers didn't argue, and I used to like I if he was annoying me, I always kind of would let him know. And my brother was very very violent. He's younger than me, man, but he had some temper on him. Like we were playing some game, and I beat him at the game. He would go berserk. And then my sister, she would always tell. My sister was kind of like the oldest in the family, and she would always be the one running to mom, telling on me every little thing I did, and different things like that. But it's all good times. So anyway, like, you I feel like as a guy that you have to, like, let your kids see you work hard. They mightn't understand at time, might give out to you, why we don't see you, why want this, why are you, like, making all of these sticks and stuff like that. And you have to balance your time and try to kind of like you have to plan it too. Military precision, you say, right, I need to spend this much time with kid number one, this with two, this with three, and then you kind of like go back and forth. And as they get older, they don't really want to spend time with you. And that's kind of normal as well. They're into their friend groups, they're into different things as well. But like, you just have to kind of like adjust and still try to be part of their and part of their lives. Good morning from Colorado. Good morning to you as well. Claymore, I saw a Blackthorn site recently that sells sticks with lead shot added. Yeah, is that a common thing? Not really. It's a marketing thing. It's like, the thing is, like, once you add lead to a walking stick, it becomes a weapon, and you have to be very careful, because then you're knowingly carrying around a lead loaded stick. So there are rules and regulations around the world with, that if you're converting your stick into like a particular weapon as well, and also for shipping. The other thing about lead loading is that sometimes with lead loading, they drill into the top of the stick and they pour in lead, and sometimes they put in like hot lead, melted lead. That's not the way to do it at all. Like, lead is very malleable and very soft type of metal. So like, what they did, like, mostly it was like added to weak lighter woods to give it that kind of blackthorn effect, and it was more on cudgels than walking sticks. Like, lead loading sticks was like a loaded butt. It was more done on like the smaller sticks to give it a bit kind of weight and heft, like for a weapon. To the idea of kind of like putting it into a walking stick, it wasn't really the thing. It was more like, you see, when you pull up like a root and there's like a really strong root, there's lots of holes, there's lots of dents in it, there's lots of cracks. Some people then would, from what I've researched as well, they would like push in like lead into it as well. Sometimes just to kind of like fill in the cracks and to make it like kind of strong and stuff. Now, like, lead was readily available. People used it, like fishermen had it for their weights and different things like that. So sometimes there'd be like these small little lead balls, fishing balls, and literally they would like, push them in to the holes on where there was like holes and places to go and different things like that. So like, there's many marketing reasons and sales reasons, like, while in modern times people are doing that. But for me, I can see from my own business acumen that is not a good way to go for my strategy and for my brand. And I don't want to be associated with lead loading sticks, adding different things. Like, sometimes like they have, again, two pieces of stick and they put the lead into one and then attach it onto it as well. And like, if you have a lead loaded stick that's made from two pieces of wood and you're hitting, there could be issues. Now, another thing too is that if you're pouring in like hot molten lead into a piece of wood, you're increasing the heat of the wood very much. Now, anyone who knows anything about wood, you do not like put a lot of heat against it. It's going to crack. It's going to cause loads of damage. You're going to damage the integrity as well. So I've seen a lot of people like do lead loading and do different things, and they always have the same things. So there's only one way to do it, as I was saying, get these like small little balls and floats, and then you can kind of like push them into all the like the different cracks and different things as well, to kind of do things like that. But like, for me, like, I'm a registered like a business. I have to, like, of course, obviously protect my brand and different things. Like, if you're a hobby stick maker, or something like that, maybe you can like do a few lead loads here and there on the side and something like that. But like, for me, I just think it's I did look into it like, maybe 12 years ago. I did some research, yeah, about 12 or 13 years ago, and there are a few at the time that I researched it. So it could be changed now, but at the time I researched it, I found 4 USA states that would have a problem with that type of thing. And just because I found 4 states and different things, I was like, yeah, I'll probably stay away from that as well. And also, like, it wasn't really a common thing. Like, as I said, it was always done to loaded butts and shillelaghs more. We have the Beast here as well. Andre, how are things with you? I am well. I hope you're well as well. I know you're a hardworking guy, so you're probably flat out as well. How's everything with you as well? Are you ready for the Christmas season? I think you were asking me about like the hiking sticks and shipping them as well. Yeah, I think I responded, but then I was like busy at that time. I remember you sent a few messages. I don't know if I fully responded, but yeah, hiking sticks are tough to post. Usually, you have to kind of absorb and take a hit on the cost of shipping them as well, because like they're a little bit problematic to ship because of the sizes. And courier companies have very kind of strict rules on certain sizes and different things as well. And then they have to be like there's loads of little things on them, but I can sell them. I know all the information, and I know which ways to get them and what to do. But yeah, it can be like it takes. There's a lot of information in this type of like in the business, because like once you learn about how to make the sticks, how to straighten them, how to do the finishing, then you have to learn about how the strategy, what there's quite a lot of things that you get, and it takes years to build up all that information as well. I know I could, but I'm nervous to fight with one of your sticks. Yeah, that's uh, they're good for self defense as well. Like my sticks, they're strong, they're sturdy, they're durable. They're made from one piece of wood. The thing is, you don't plan to defend yourself. It just happens that you're in a situation and things happen, and it's better to have a stick in your hand than nothing at all. If most kind of danger like is you're not aware of it. It just happens all of a sudden, quick and fast. And sometimes just having readily a stick in your hand, you can create space between you and the threat. You can use it to defend, to block. You can try to strike with it if you can, but always get away. Like the last thing you want to do is be getting into any confrontation. Try to talk your way out of it. Always talk your way out of every confrontation. I'm 5'4". I've had to talk my way out of many a confrontation. But it's kind of weird because like when you're kind of a shorter guy, usually like bigger guys will not like have a fight with you because it's going to look a bit silly as well. So like sometimes there's that, but sometimes there's groups of guys that kind of would do things. But talk your way always out of anything. The last thing you ever want to do is to fight like them. Fighting is there for self defense, and that's the only justification for it. For using my sticks anyway. Here in Colorado, you could get arrested for weaponizing your stick. Yeah, that was one of the states. The same with a sword or a cane. Yeah, there's rules against that as well. So like if you're knowingly purchased that, like the thing is, it's more of a kind of reactive law. Like if you're carrying around a lead loaded stick, like no one's going to know about it. But like if you have to use it and by accident you really hurt the guy, and even if you're defending yourself because you are carrying a lead loaded, then they can use that against you in the court of law as they do. So the thing is, like you can, and customs as well, they do stop them coming through. I know this because stick makers have contacted me and emailed me over the years asking me about lead loading. About they were like, I remember the last, I think a few years ago, I got a guy and he was like saying to me like, how do I get around lead loading? How come others are doing it? How come they can ship it? But like the thing is, like sometimes you can ship 99 times out of 100. It just takes one to get one problem, and then that's the issue as well. Again, this is just my opinion, what I feel about lead loading. Everyone is quite happy to have their own kind of philosophy and stuff. I researched it. I saw there were some issues with that, and the last thing I want to do is give issues to anyone in my community of customers. I want them to be as happy as possible. I want them to have that piece of Ireland. I want them to have an authentic shillelagh as possible as well. And that's the kind of the type of thing that I'm for anyway. Excellent comprehensive answer. Thank you. I tend to kind of waffle away, but I'll always kind of give my kind of perspective to any questions, unless someone asks something like completely ridiculous or something like that. I don't want one, by the way. Yeah, like it's anyone can have anyone they want. I'll just like, because you guys, know me and I know you, and this is if we're sitting in a bar and you ask me about that, I would tell you the same type of thing, that it's just not one of the things that I kind of do. And was it like, there's hardly any like references as well to it being really used in walking sticks within Ireland as well. Like I'm talking about, like, of course, maybe outside of Ireland, maybe it was adapted and maybe it's more popular. I know in Limerick, the stick fighters there was some references to it. And with some of the lighter woods, I know there's references to it I've seen before. I cannot recall off the top of my head, but I did like see it. And yeah, like it was always referred to as the loaded button. Like the only references that I kind of see, because like the thing is, I'm a stick maker. I'm not a historian. I'm not an academic historian or anything like that. I've read some books. I've spoken to a lot of people over the years, and I did some research into it. And yeah, like it's hard to give any kind of definitive answer as well. Let's see. That new dark black walking stick you put up looks good. Oh, thanks very much. I put up some nice ones there today. I put, the walking stick I was holding on the last one. Here, I have some monster stick. I don't know what to do with this one. This one's kind of a bit ridiculous. Like, wait, it's kind of like, I got this stick here, and it's like, it's very thick. It's one of the thickest ones ever. Like it's let's see what thickness it is. I can't be putting this up. This is what I was going to make a cudgel out of, but it's long enough to make like a walking stick. And I was like, if you're looking for a ridiculous kind of display piece, like that's like nearly 2 inches thick. Like, to get a blackthorn piece of wood that is pretty much close to 2 inches thick the whole way, like a really, really thick, heavy handle on that as well. Like, these sticks don't exist because usually when they get this big, this thick, they cannot last the seasoning process. Like they always crack, or they always have some problems as well. But like, and this one was pretty straight. Like usually it's very hard to get a really thick piece that's straight. Look, you can see there, look all the way up, it's like pretty straight. Well, I'll put it right to the camera so you can kind of see there. It's pretty straight. So this is kind of a big monster stick. This is your proper monster stick. I know people are mocking me about that, and a few guys that watch the channel and stuff, but they like when I call a stick a monster stick or something like that. But yeah, this is a monster stick. This one, it's I don't know what weighs. Like it's probably like close to 2 kg or something. Let me weigh it now quickly here. See if I can get. I think I have the weight here. It's like 1.6, 1.7 kg on that. Like this one is like a monster stick. I actually I've planned to make some videos with this stick first. I think it's good for, because it's like so rare. Like this stick is rare. I know I say that every now and again, but when I do it, you're not going to find anything like this. Like a 2 inch almost piece of blackthorn that's long enough to make a walking stick out of as well. What is this? Wait, I'll see the height in it as well. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, it's close to 36 inches, like 3 foot tall, which is your standard height for it as well. So yeah, so I have this one, and I'm going to make some videos of as well. Which this one sold, I think. Yeah, this one sold, but it's quite a nice stick as well. This one actually kind of sold. They really like this feature here on this one. I don't know if you can see it. This thing here, like this, or that was like pretty cool and stuff. Like people just look at these pieces of wood and they find like some really interesting as well. It's like, here's a nice bit. This is like pretty straight as well. I do like the bendy ones as well, and to have some priority. Look, this one is to give you a comparison. Like, that's about, let's see, under the shaft there, that is an inch and a quarter. So you see here, that's like an inch and a quarter, and then you can kind of compare it to this one. Do you see the kind of like size difference? This one is pretty good stick, inch and a quarter thick, very heavy. And then you have this kind of monster beside it. Look, two of them lined up against each other. Dun, 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 dun. They're gonna have a duel or a battle. I could do a little puppet show with some pieces of blackthorn. Then people will think I'm truly insane. But anyway, that was just kind of like a comparison. Like that's a pretty nice stick. It's good light, good size, an inch and a quarter, and it kind of goes down to about an inch towards the bottom as well. And the nitrile bark ones, these ones take me a lot longer to do, so I don't really have them. And then I need the pieces of wood. Like I need a really piece of wood that's like almost straight. And I do these ones as well. I like the bendy ones, I like the rustic ones. These ones take me a lot longer to do and a lot more time in it. And usually I do a bunch of these when like I kind of want to, up my game and different things. But I'm only dependent on the type of wood that I have. And the thing about like stick making is that everyone wants something different. Everyone wants different sizes. to one, they want a knob stick, someone want the handle. So I try to like give as much variety as possible in my stick making. That's kind of like my way of doing it. Because like for me, like if I went to a website and 100 sticks, I think I have about 160 or 70 walking sticks up at the moment. Not one of them looks the same. Like for one, it's kind of easy for me then to remember it, because if they all look the same, it's kind of pretty hard as well. Hey Donegal, how are things with you, John? Very good. Let's see. Walk softly and carry a big stick. Yeah, Walking Tall, isn't it? That movie. I'm old. I know that movie. Isn't that like, it's from that movie, isn't it? Like where your man has that piece of wood and he goes into like small town America, and like there's some local kind of gangstery guy with his henchmen or something. I think that's the movie, isn't it? Who's starring that movie? It's not Burt Reynolds or someone. It's like I can't remember. That's the movie, isn't it? I'm thinking of. Let's see. Clay Shield said, "Just got my shillelagh. Love it." That's very good. Yeah, a lot of people like there's something cool about having a stick. Let's see now. Show one nice rowing stick. Oh, okay. I think I have some. Wait, I have one here. A second. I think I have one, two. I think I have some here. I haven't put these up online yet. I was going to hold these back, and I wasn't going to show you guys on the stream the rowan tree, because I have a lot of guys asking me about rowan tree, and they're when you putting the next rowan tree, and when you putting the next rowan tree on. So I have this this pretty good staff here. I have three staffs of rowan tree done just over there, and here you can see the bark of the rowan tree. So it's a bit easier for you guys to identify it as well. So here is like a big hiking staff, because I have a few guys that have asked me about that. So I have 3 done, and here is a kind of like a type of knob stick that I have with the rowan tree that I've kind of done as well. But yeah, so I kind of probably need to put another coat or 2 on this one. This is like, let me just kind of hold it back a bit so you can kind of see it. There you go. So there you go, Andre. There's your OnlyFans shillelagh, reveal or something like that as well. I was thinking of doing that for a laugh. I might actually do that. I have some weird ideas about promoting it, but see, the thing is, like when it's so busy, I don't have time to do it as well. And with marketing, you have to, like, if you're really busy and stuff, you have to focus on that instead. Let's see, Francis, what does better for you, online or in-person sales? I hope I'm not prying. In person, of course. Like, you can always close a sale in person a million times better. Like, you can, if someone comes in to the shop, I can talk to them. They can see me. They can, it's in person. But to see, we live in a world where, not enough tourist buses stop outside my shop. So it'd be good if it did. Thanks, mate. Anything for you, Andre, my man? How are things with you anyway? I think you've been busy the past. I haven't seen you like, message or be too active there on when you message me. Like you're always messaging me there before, and we're having some good chats. But I've seen there recently, like you see, I'm guessing you're quite busy as well. I'm staying off Facebook at the moment. I was like tempted to go in there and have a look again, but I try to stay off Facebook as much as possible. Let's see. To clarify, I'm a martial artist. Yeah, many martial artists do have an affinity with Blackthorn as well. It is associated with stick fighting and faction fighting, and many martial arts are into it. I use the stick to train mostly as well. If you're training with a stick, get something easy and cheerful. Like you're going to be smashing and hitting it and destroying it, and it's going to like get wrecked, and you're going to hit it and hit it and hit it over and over and over again. Like you need a cheap, easy piece of wood to in my opinion anyway. Like if you're hitting and stiffening, then you have your main nice piece of wood. Like you'd have something like this. Like I hope, like my sticks, you can train, you can have everything, like and with these sticks as well, they're fantastic. This is the real deal. This is like a real Blackthorn. This is what people like fought in. But like you have your everyday thing for training and the techniques. But like when you need to bring out like something that's the real deal. But like if you're hitting and smashing against this all the time, you're going to give it quite a look for sure. But if you watch most of those training videos and everything, like the guys who are doing that and stuff, they're using one of their kind of like older sticks or something as well. Like you need it, like you can have a few sticks like for training and stuff, but like these ones are pretty good because like depending on your style, like I know like the main kind of stick guys like they kind of move their hand up and down the shaft a lot. So like all the bumps in the knuckles, like they're not kind of ideal for a lot of the moves and techniques as well. But like you're the martial artist anyway. You kind of like would know more about this. There's some really good stick fighting martial arts, like in Philippines and places as well. Yes, currently really busy. Yeah, that's good. Hustling must roll on. That's good. That's good. It's good to be busy. Like as I said in my video today, the Blackthorn business is hopping at the moment. There's a big demand for it. I don't know what's going on. What's changed? From I asked a bunch of people, and they were all telling me it's the U.S. dollar, that the currency of the U.S. dollar keeps getting stronger and stronger, and most people they see more value in like buying stuff online and getting it shipped over from outside, because like now the all the shipping things that were problems last year, they're not there anymore. The courier companies, FedEx and DHL, they're not that busy. If you looked at their earnings and different things, like their systems, which were stretched when things were peaking before, are now like much better. The lead times are much better. So like there's no catalyst or no shipping problems at all at the moment with them. There's no real delays. Like you've seen the comments on my YouTube videos, like guys get my sticks within 2 to 3 days from Ireland. Like it's not there. Don Sullivan, hello, just got here. Hey Don, how are things with you as well? Hope's all well with you. Walking Tall, Joe John Baker was the original movie. Yeah, they've made so many remakes of that in 1973. Some of those 70s movies, man, are class. Like, they just like the tone of it as well. Like, whether it be like Lee Marvin or Clint Eastwood, or I know Charles Bronson was a bit later. I think he was did a few movies in the 70s. But like, those kind of characters as well. They're great to look back. I really love going back and watching those movies as well. It's like, compared to modern times, man, things were so different. But like a good movie will stand the test of time. There's like even like Steve McQueen movies as well. Like there's so many movies out there as well. What was I thinking of the last day? The Omega Man with Charlie Heston or something, wasn't it? And I think I was a member. If there's so many movies. I found a big monster stick similar to that one you got. Very good. I find them too, but the problem, Jake, is that when you're seasoning those really big, heavy monster pieces, like when they split all the way down the side. It's not like a little split goes into the thing and it goes down to not like when one of those big ones get a split, it literally runs the whole way down. So that's why you got to be really, really careful. So it's really hard. And then you have to like those big, thick pieces, you have to leave them seasoned for 5 years at least. Like 2 years is enough, 3 years is even enough. Even like five, you're not sure. Like I have to look at it and check it out and scrape it and kind of go through to make sure it's not going to, because those sticks, like they don't really last the process as well. So I found a big stick similar to that one you've got. It's from American choke cherry bush, very closely related tree species. Well, they're all prunus, like cherry family, the pear family. It's all part of that. The difference with pear is that, like, with cherry, is cherry would be much lighter and be kind of a different wood grain as well. Beautiful wood to work with. Cherry walking sticks are really nice. They're actually quite nice as well. I like cherry wood. But like I don't have a lot of access to that particular type of wood. Let's see. Honest election posters say, do you think it's better to paint the wax on? Let's see, on or dip the ends hole. Oh, you're talking about sealing. Well, like long ago, people sealed the wood with candle wax because there was no electricity and they had candles. So they would just take a bit of candle, which was readily available, just pour it on the ends, and that would like seal the wood. You can go into any hardware store and ask for for sealer and wood sealer. Every place would have it. It's cheap and readily available. It's more convenient to use than getting some wax, melting it on, having hot wax pour all over your hands and different things as well. Unless you're into that. So like the way stick making is like people just had what was readily available in the farms. Like remember long ago in Ireland, like things weren't readily available. They didn't have a lot of resources. They just had to use like whatever was convenient and stuff at the time. But like yeah, like the dipping of the wax, like it's fine. Like you need a lot of wax to kind of dip in to like really seal it well. You have to put a head like what I found, you have to put a good bit on it, and it seems to work okay. Like I did that years ago, Then I was like, yeah, this is like, taking a, a lot, because like if you're cutting like 800, 900,000 sticks per year, and then you have to like take each end and you have to like pour wax in it to one by one as you're doing it. It can be quite a time consuming. While you get some really good sealer, like you can seal with most paint. Like sometimes the easiest way for a hobbyist guy to seal the sticks is whatever paint. Like if you have, your house paint, or any like paints like running around the house, like most paints will seal it. There's sealer in them. It's kind of built into it. It's one of the factors of it. And you can just, with any little bit of paint that you have left over, kind of is good way to do that as well. And so yeah, so over the next week, I'm going to put on a few. I think I have 3 hiking sticks that I could go up tomorrow, and I have about 10 more sticks as well. I'm kind of doing these little batches of 10 now, and then getting them up, doing 10, and getting them up so they can kind of churn out sticks more as well. I have to do. I have a lot of orders to do this weekend already. We're just into Friday, and keep those orders coming. I love them. I keep me busy. When I'm busy with orders, I'm happy. I love the sound of that notification on the phone, ding ding when a sale comes through. Like it's so like if you buy a stick there after this live stream, I'm literally driving in my car and I hear that ding ding ding, and I'm like, oh, that's great. And yeah, it's always pretty good. Like I know a lot of you guys have supported my craft. Again, like I wouldn't be here. Like I am making a living out of doing a traditional Irish craft, a craft that people think is dead. They think no one is going to do this craft at all, and I am making a living. And it looks like I'll be able to put my 3 kids through college as well, on this profession. It's it has its ups, it has its downs. There are different things that happen each year, but like I have proved the concept that this can work. A person can have a living and survive and maintain a family of 3 at least on stick making. It's just you have to have many skills as well, and you have to like really kind of like look at it like a business. I know, like when you started as a hobby, you're spending a lot of time in a stick. You're this, you're that, you're experimenting, and take your time. But like you need to be very efficient and manage your time. And when you're doing it as a business, and you have to like, there's so many aspects to it as well. And if you watch these live streams, like I'm always quite happy to educate people on that as well. Let's see, we have Joe in the house from Germany as well. We have Andre and Joe, who are our main two. I think there's a third guy as well. So Joe Douglas, greetings and salutations, Francis and crew. There's no crew here today. It's just me. Tim, just getting back in the house. I want to say that I'm so proud owner of my 5th. Yeah, you got a really nice one, Tim. You got a good one. You got a good one. That wasn't up long. You got an eye for it. I think that might be your nicest stick, to tell the truth. This is your 5th one, and you are a great support to my craft. You're a great supporter of the channel as well. And like you don't understand, guys. This is like really keeping me going. Like the more orders, the more things that comes in. Like it's not, you're just not just buying a stick. Like literally, you are supporting Irish crafts. And like the more that I have a living out of this, the more it's going to keep going. The more people will see, oh, that guy's making a living out of it. Maybe I want to do this in the future. Maybe I want to continue doing it as well. Like I've inspired loads of guys like to get into to stick making. Look here, Irish Lily, Andre. Didn't I inspire you to get into to stick making? And Joseph as well. I've kind of like has seen me do my thing, and then kind of has been getting really involved in stick making. Just two guys there that I've directly inspired as well. I you told me I inspired you, so so I have to take it as well. I don't know your full histories, but you always say that to me. It's my nicest sticks for sure. Yeah, I like that one. That one as well. Sometimes I get attached to these sticks. It was quite a nice one. I was like, yeah, that's a nice one. I thought I was going to put up a few nice ones that day. Like sometimes I hold it back. Let me see, someone knocking on the door here. I'm not really too sure. They're fine. It's just two. Sorry, if they want to come in, I'll turn on the live stream. Oh no, they're just 2 people. Oh, it's slashing rain. That's it. It's actually really heavy rain now at the moment, and 2 people have just rushed up to the door of my shop because there's a little shelter there. I thought they wanted to come in because they're pressing their face up against the window because they probably hear me talking inside here. But leave them out in the rain. Bit of wet didn't hurt anyone. I was it Aguda grossa non hesa. Can't remember my German. Let's see. You've inspired me too. There's another one. There's another one, Jake. Good lad. Good lad. But the thing is, the thing is, there has to be success stories to inspire people. If there are no success stories, the people are not going to have an interest in it. There needs people to do well in this business. Then people have to succeed in stick making. The people have to see, like, this guy's doing okay. He has a living. He's doing it as well, and that's the only way like a business like this can survive, and that's the only way at all. Like, and again, like, you guys supporting like real businesses. Like, I am a limited company, I am a real business, I'm a registered business as well. Like, supporting me in making it a legitimate business. I'm doing this like full time. This is my job, this is my passion, what I do. So, like, you guys, like, you don't understand like how important it is. Like, you're not just like paying for my kids literally to go. Like, most of this is going into like, I save and invest. Like all the sales that I get here, I don't really take a salary. I'm not like an elaborate guy. I don't have a fancy car, I don't have a fancy house or anything. I'm not drinking or gambling and stuff. Like, literally all of what I do, I try to invest. Sometimes it works out. I invested in Facebook stock and it went down, and PayPal as well. Sometimes it works pretty well, and different things as well. But like, I literally just put most of it aside, and it's mostly to get the kids for their future and different things like that, as any guy out there would understand with a family. And yeah, and like, it's great hearing, Jake, that I inspired you too. That's kind of what I want to do. Like, I want to inspire people. Like, I don't want, like, sometimes it's annoying when someone gets like really arrogant, and they become like, it's a bit, there's jealousy, there's this, there's that. Like, I want to inspire people. Like, this type of, it should be a nice community. There should be no jealousy or no different things as well. Like, there's things that people say that annoy me and different things, but once there's respect, like, I'm always good. But like, if people misrespect me, like, that's I'm usually kind of done with them. I kind of just move on. Let's see, Patty P, very good. What's that profile picture? It looks like South Park or something. I don't know. Let's see. News now in the Adriatic Redux. I was in Ireland all last week. Not a drop of rain. Yeah, we had a good week. That was rare. That's the end of our good weather, I think. If you look at the weather charts for Ireland for the next 2 weeks, rain, 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 followed by more rain, more rain, more rain, some cloud, rain, rain, some rain, and I'd expect some wind soon. Let's see. I was making sticks before, but you showed me how to make them straight in a jig as well. That's very good. So I can safely say I inspired you as well. So there's another guy inspired. That's good. That's good. I inspired everyone, perhaps. I don't know. Like, I have my own way of doing things. I think, like, the best way to approach stick making is to be authentic, to do the sticks the way you want to do them. Not the way people are telling you to do them. Do this, you should do this, you should, maybe lead load, you this. You find a way in which you like what you're doing. You're making something you enjoy. You like the sticks. You like how it looks. If you think something is cool on a stick, leave it there. Don't be like, oh, people mightn't like that. I got to cut that bit out. Oh, I have to make a knob stick every time. Oh, I have to make a big club stick. Oh, I have to do this. And you think that that's the only thing you have to do, like, because people, that's all they keep asking for and asking for. But you'd be surprised. You find sticks that are cool. Like, sometimes a stick will look terrible in a picture, the minute you hold in your hand, you're like, oh my god, this stick was designed for a hand. The grooves go a different way. It feels so good in your hand. And like, that is so hard to kind of convey in a picture. Like, you'll see a picture, and because of the lighting or the angle, you don't really know, or you think, oh, this is good, this is bad. But like, there's so much into that as well. Let's see. Profile pic is a mini me from an old website service as well. So you got like the bandana on or something like that. But I don't know. It's always good to get to know people as well. Let's see. Natural, simple. Let the stick talk for itself. Yeah, you do. Um, you like, okay. You obviously are a stick maker, so you have the same philosophy as me. I would totally agree with your point of view. The stick dictates what you do to it. If you try to make it into something it's not, you can't. It's like, if your son doesn't want to play football and you forced him to play football, forced him, it's not never going to work out well. So you can, like, you sometimes this is within like the blackthorn as well. Everyone wants a big bob, knob, ball top, and different things like that, and they think that is the only thing, and they try to make every stick and force it to look like that, and it just doesn't work out half the time. Uh, Use natural features. Really, really, really pay attention to the shape of a hand, how a hand looks, how it's going to feel holding it. Try to put like the middle like of the stick right into the palm of your hand. You don't really need a thick stick. Like most people, like they still really don't fully get it. You don't need like a big giant stick, big knob. You just need like a little small one that fits right into the center of your hand. No matter how tall you are, no matter how big your hand is, no matter how there's different things as well. You kind of like a lot of the stick collector guys and stuff, like they kind of get a bunch of sticks, then they kind of know. You see, I kind of know from doing it every day, holding thousands of sticks and knowing all of these different things. But like sometimes people just think like, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'4", I'm going to need the biggest, heaviest stick there. Then they get it and they're like, maybe that's not the most ideal type of stick for me, for my needs as well. Um, what tools do you use mainly? I usually use hand tools. I just use like a handsaw to kind of cut out the shape that I want. Then I use my favorite Japanese Shinto rasps. It's the best. Like there's all different rasps out there to rasp away. Then I go on and I use coarse sandpaper, like plenty of coarse sandpaper as well. Sometimes, like people are like, oh, it's easier to use sanders and different things, but sometimes like you want to work like different grooves, or you want to like pay attention to that kind of the shape of your hand on it as well. So sometimes you just kind of like slowly kind of just kind of work the sandpaper in and try to keep holding it, and the amount of times I touch the handle of a stick is phenomenal. Like when if you believe in energy and different things, like definitely there's loads of my energy, and in terms of that, like I get quite intimate with the sticks. Plenty of touching going on there as well, until it feels right for me as well. Let's see. Margaret, have you started cutting yet, or when do you start? Not yet. I'm kind of dying to. I'm itching to get out there at the moment. I'm in the mood for it. I'm kind of in the mood to start cutting. I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at some places. It's not quite ready yet. You see, the thing is, like, the weather in Ireland is still like 15 to 18 degrees. It'll get a few days as well. The thing is like if you go sometimes if you go cutting too soon a piece of wood, it could add an extra year of seasoning onto it, or even longer. All you got to do is be patient, wait a few weeks, wait till usually like close to Easter time, or sorry, Halloween, and you know ideally like you can start cutting from maybe about the end of October, mid October, but like sometimes it's better starting like November and stuff. Then I'm kind of busy in November, so it could be. But I don't know. You have to wait until the weather kind of turns. The leaves are coming off the tree a lot. It's starting to get a bit colder. That's the best time to do it. There's no really set date each year that you start the cutting season as well. For me, I have to be disciplined and to cut when it's the best time to cut them. And what I mean by the best time is the best time to season and how long. So if you cut a stick at the right time, it can be seasoned in 2 years. If you cut it at the wrong time, it could take 3 years, maybe three and a half, something like that. So the time of year and the state of the wood, it can take much longer. And then, you know, if you cut it at the wrong time and there's plenty sap in it, it's more inclined to crack as well. So there's various ways to it as well. So it takes a lot of discipline because I'm ready to go now. My foot is tapping under the table to cut. Let's see. I'm a collector. I have over 300 sticks. Every time I talk, Andre, you have 300 sticks. This is your magic number. You can't still have 300 sticks, my man. You've sold a lot. You should be down. No way you can keep having 300 sticks over and over. It's your magic number as well. Yeah, but you're laughing. I presume you're just making a joke because you always say 300 to me. That's your favorite number. Let's see. A shoe. Let's see. Shoeing rasps. Yeah, there's many different types of rasps. Let's see. Without a steam box, what's the best way to steam a stick? Yeah, the thing is like the steam boxes are all right for certain woods, like if you want to straight some hazel or something like that. Sometimes blackthorn is really bendy and twisty, and some of the thicker pieces, and like you can't get too many pieces into steam box because they all kind of like, they're not ideal to kind of line up together. And I don't know, like you can use like a heat gun, something like that. You can use a bit of steam as well, to heat it up. It's bloody lashing. It is. I have two people here that have got caught in the rain is really starting baiting down. Now it's cats and dogs outside. It's lashing. Yeah, John, it's the same here. Well, Donegal gets the worst weather in Ireland in the wintertime. They always get the worst kind of effects from the storms I see up there. You don't hear as much damage. You always hear the most damage is done in Cork. Like the River Lee always floods, and always Cork gets the most damage from the last few years from memory. Donegal always gets the strongest winds. Every time you get one of those hurricanes, isn't it? It always blows up that direction. It always goes two ways. It always goes up to Donegal or hits kind of Cork. And Cork always gets it. Like it's missed Kerry time. It's always like it's really funny. Like when these vicious storms are coming in, it's like Kerry's getting a direct hit. It's a red warning. Everyone close down your business, and then it veers towards Cork all the time at the last minute. That's the last few years. I don't want to talk too soon because like if there's a sea surge, like because my shop is near a river, and once every 8 years, that river does cause damages to the buildings around here. And I have all of my blackthorn in the basement, and I have it raised off the ground. Like if you've been to my like guys who've been to my shop before, I've shown them where I store some of the blackthorn in my basement, and I have it all lifted and raised off the floor. Just in case, like it does get flooding, but like usually like the worst flooding in Ireland happens like around now, like when you come into the November time. November is always like a pretty bad thing. Let's see. Nice weekend, mates. Keep on rocking there, Andre. Keep churning them out as well, and keep doing what you're passionate about. It's great seeing you new guys. Like I still think you're a new guy, Andre, because I've been doing this longer than you, of course. And when new guys have this great enthusiasm, and I love that enthusiasm. Like once it's channeled in the right way, and you have great enthusiasm, and you have a passion for stick making. You really you still like what I find kind of like funny is that you still really enjoy the cutting season. Like you know you've been cutting sticks for a long time when you dread the cutting season. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. If you still love the cutting season, it's always a sign to me you're a new guy. You love finding that one piece of wood. You love it. You when you start, you find the patching is easy, but like it gets tougher. So like always the guys that are doing it for longer, like they have that jaded kind of look on their face. Oh, cutting season again. We make it the same. We was it we make it n the same year stick. um okay, very good. And anyway, I gotta go now, guys. I realize I'm going for an hour. Take care as always, and hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to chill out. Movie night Friday. I don't know what I'm gonna watch. I'm always in the mood for horror. I don't know why. After doing this for a week, my daughter wanted me to watch the Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix, but I think she was just kind of trolling me as well about that. I think there's some, there's something in it she wants me to tease me about. Anyway, goodbye. And as always, like I really appreciate all of what you've done as well. Gotta go now, guys. Okay, bye bye.